What is going on, YouTube? What is going on? So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 3, Episode 3, which was just a big ball of confusion for me. It was so hard for me to keep up with the intricacies of what was going on and what was being said and who was fighting with who, and it was just a lot. So I'm not going to go through it play by play because it's too confusing for me to do that. But this is just the bottom line. Okay, first of all, the thing about Meredith needing to forgive Lisa and Whitney and Heather both telling Meredith that if you were easy to forgive Jen Shaw for what she did, and I'm assuming they're referring to Jen Shaw liking comments, homophobic comments that were directed towards Brooks online. I think that's what they were referring to. So Heather and Whitney are like, Meredith, if you can forgive Jen Shaw for that, then why can't you forgive Lisa? And everybody's putting this pressure on Meredith to forgive Lisa. Now, I don't know if Meredith finally came around to forgiving Jen because of what Jen was going through with her criminal charges. Maybe that's what kind of motivated her to go ahead and forgive her so that she can be there to support her. That's what would make sense to me because Meredith seems like the kind of person who can probably hold a grudge, except when it comes to Mary. So they're putting a lot of pressure on her to forgive Lisa. And Meredith is she wants to do it at her own time. She doesn't want to be forced into it. She doesn't want to be pressured into it. She wants to do it at her own damn time. And it's just not fast enough for everybody else. And my personal opinion on that is I feel like she can pick and choose who she wants to forgive and how quickly she wants to forgive. That's her prerogative. I don't think just because she forgave Jen Shaw that it's an automatic forgiveness pass for Lisa. They both were horribly, horribly wrong because Jen Shaw was actually supporting Meredith's son being attacked online, and Lisa was spewing all kinds of horrible, disgusting things about Meredith. I don't know if they're true or not. I have no idea. It is up to Lisa to prove that they're true. And if you can't prove that they're true, then it's just rumors that you're spreading about, your castmate. And to me, that's horrible. I don't think it's as bad as supporting hate against someone else's son, but it is pretty bad. So I'm not mad at Meredith if she wants to take her sweet time in forgiving Lisa. It's her prerogative how she wants to do that and how fast she wants to move with that. Then it came to Whitney and her confusing behavior. So Whitney was perfectly fine gossiping about Lisa with Meredith in last week's episode. She was perfectly fine with that. She was dropping names, getting down into the mud with Meredith. But now all of a sudden she's had a change of heart. She feels bad about what she did and she wants to come clean, which is great. Fine, you want to come clean. But girl, worry about yourself. If you want to come clean with the things that you said, then don't drag Meredith into it. Just talk about, okay, look, I was gossiping with Meredith. This is what I said, acknowledge to what you said. And then ask Lisa to forgive you and then move on from there. Don't be like, well, Meredith. No, if you want to come clean, if you feel bad about what you said, then you just worry about what you said. But she drags Meredith into it. And then at some point, I guess when she had spoken to Heather, she had misrepresented what was said in that conversation between her and Meredith. Evidently, Whitney had made it seem like that it was just Meredith that was dropping the names of the men that Lisa supposedly, allegedly was with in order to gain some type of favor, whether it was for her liquor company or whether it was for jazz courtside tickets, whatever. So when Whitney finally confronted Lisa and told Lisa, hey, we were talking about you, we were talking about your marriage, blah, 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 blah. And then Whitney had implied something that Meredith had said. And Meredith was like, I didn't say that. That's what you said. You said that to me. And so then Heather was like, wait a minute. I thought you said Meredith said that. So it came out that Whitney had misrepresented some information on how that conversation went. In the middle of all of this, of Whitney confessing her crimes, Lisa breaks down. She's like, okay, so this is what y'all want to do now. Y'all want to, come at me. Y'all want to take revenge on me. Whatever she said. And she has a breakdown. She breaks down, talking about how this is horrible. It's making me feel bad. My marriage is fine. Me and John are fine. No one is cheating on anybody. The things that y'all are saying are lies. So she breaks down and she cries and she gets up and she leaves the table. At some point, Jen Shaw is like, look, I'm going through it. My family is important to me too. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why Jen Shaw felt the need to bring that up at that time. Now, granted, this trip was for Jen Shaw. It was for her benefit, and that has been completely lost. So far, no one has remembered Jen Shaw at all. Jen Shaw has been begging for attention. It's just not coming her way. So she felt the need to put the spotlight on herself, but really nobody cared. So Meredith follows Lisa into the room and wants to have a conversation with her. She wants to clear the air. And at first, Lisa is very resistant, but eventually, she takes the time to listen. And Meredith basically wanted to clear her name to some point, but then at the same time, she threw Whitney under the bus. So then Lisa was like, okay, let's go confront Lisa and see if Whitney. She threw Whitney under the bus. And so then Lisa says, well, let's go confront Whitney and see if she really said that. So they go and they confront Whitney. And y'all, it was so confusing. I don't even know what happened after that. Meredith eventually apologizes to Lisa for engaging in gossip about her. Heather tells Jen that this trip... Okay, so while Lisa, Whitney, and Meredith are, going back and forth, Heather is trying to let Jen know that this trip was supposed to be for you. This trip was all about you, but, look where we're at. It seems like Meredith and Lisa are now good. But then Heather and Whitney go at it. So Heather said that she didn't know anything about the rumors of Lisa cheating on her husband, that she knew nothing about that. And Whitney was trying to let Heather know, not only did you know about it, but you were there when it was initially said, I guess by, what is that woman's name? Heather G? I don't forget. Oh, Angie H. I guess it was said by Angie H. And so Heather was like, no, I don't remember that conversation at all. And so then Whitney has to explain, we were at the Jazz game and I guess Angie H had said that we were able to get these courtside tickets because Lisa slept with whoever. Heather doesn't remember at all. So Heather gets upset because it's like Whitney was accusing her of lying by acting like she didn't know about these rumors at all. And then Whitney gets upset because Heather makes it look like she's lying, implying that Heather knew about it from the beginning. So Heather and Whitney are now going at it and they're yelling at each other. Heather gets up. She's upset. She storms out. Whitney was already, 3 sheets to the wind. She was already drunk. And I'm just trying to understand, it was so confusing. I don't think this is a very good start to this season. I think that's the bottom line. Can we end with that? I don't think this was a very good start to the season because I cannot have an entire season centered around rumors. Either something happened or it didn't happen. I can work with that. But to have an entire season, which, obviously, who knows what the season is going to be about. But the fact that we've spent so much time already going back and forth on rumors about Lisa, it's just awful. Now, I think with Lisa's rant against Meredith last season, I don't think it was so much about what was said. I think it was just the hate that was behind those words. The hate that Lisa expressed towards Meredith. Like, she really hated that woman. And she could have said that Meredith stole an apple pie from Walmart or whatever. It wouldn't even matter what she said. It was just the fact that she was talking with so much venom and hate. That to me is what was shocking. And Meredith being an attorney, I'm surprised that she's engaging in these rumors about Lisa, unless she's got some facts to back it up. Otherwise, I'm really shocked that Meredith is engaging in such salacious talk about another castmate. And another thing, Meredith acting like, well, I'm not perpetuating a rumor because I'm just saying what I heard. Well, that's how rumors are spread. People will repeat things that they heard, whether they repeat them as if they're true or they repeat them as if they're just unsubstantiated information. Either way, if you repeat it, you're perpetuating a rumor. And when Meredith was like, I'm just talking about what I heard. I didn't say she did those things. I'm just letting you know what's being said out there. That's perpetuating a rumor. And Meredith, you're an attorney. You should know that. And if this were to cause any type of problem in her marriage, or if it were to affect her reputation in any kind of way, like if it affected her business, if people were like, we don't want to work with someone that's sleeping around with people just for investments, she would have grounds to sue Meredith and Whitney, but she would definitely have grounds to sue Meredith. I don't know. It was just a whole bunch of confusion. And poor Jen got lost in the mix. Nobody cared about her. But then again, it's like, look, y'all know how I feel about Jen Shaw and her shenanigans. You were choosing, I don't even want to get into it, but I don't think that Jen Shaw should be coddled or pampered or treated with kid gloves because she put herself in this situation. It wasn't like she was dragged into it, kicking and screaming. She put herself into this criminal situation. So I didn't feel sorry for her that no attention was being given to her and everybody was so focused on Meredith and Lisa and all that other mess. I really didn't care about that. Yeah, so as confusing as this is, I'm going to have to let it go because I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like we've spent enough time talking about rumors. Let's talk about actual facts. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, please go ahead and rate the video if you like this content. Go ahead and subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye-bye.